Hello and welcome, traveler, to the first full-length episode of Die Lucky. I am your host, Dungeon Master, and Soul of Surrai, Ila. These first 4 episodes are special plot hooks for the first main characters, and these episodes are going to run whatever length they have to, even if the player is fighting their plot hook for like half an hour. All the players at my table are pretty new and still learning, and I'm trying to give everyone an individualized hook based on their character backstory and their character sheet and the world. Speaking of learning, this first episode was a lot of new work and learning for your trained in traditional oil painting dungeon master, so be gentle on me for my animating and sound editing. I'm also still learning. Traditional editors and animators would probably be horrified with how I edited this episode and the trailer of Die Lucky, so be patient with me. I'm trying really hard to pick up some new skills and streamline this so that I can have a more regular posting schedule for you. We are only heading up from here. If you want to see a short introduction to the campaign that outlines the very basics of the backstory, you can find that link in the description. So thanks for stopping by for our story. No more waiting. Welcome, traveler, to the world of Surrai and the land of Vind. And should you fail your 3rd death save, may you die lucky. A touch over 4,000 years ago, an adventuring party known as the Grand Coven saved the world through ritual-driven cataclysm. They chucked off half of the continent of Vind and pushed it into the ocean as a part of...
How'd they do that?
It was a large ritual spell. The
Just cracked the earth and pushed it away.
Okay. There was, we're gonna get to that. There's
Okay.
a lot of that. The exact details aren't actually known to anybody in Surrai, because the ability to use higher magics involves being very dedicated to the original members of the Coven, because they were the only adventurers to ever figure out how to tap into the true magical resources of Surrai. In Vind, that's the continent that you guys are all from, there are patches of land called ley soil. Those patches of earth are so infused with magic, if you live on one of them for a certain amount of time, you too inherit some of the magic of the land of Vind, which is why all of you have extra magical powers that you didn't necessarily sign up for. You might not have started out on a certain path following a certain magic, but that magic found you. The Grand Coven went on a long and multifaceted pilgrimage to gain power to split the land. This action ended up damning pretty much all of the gnomes in Vind to being shoved into the endless sea on an undead infested continent, because the gnomes were seen as the reason the portal to Necroleum was open. They used the power from the Necroleum portal to power their trinkets and their magic bits. When asked to close it, they refused, and by the time they had decided that they would, it was far too late. And all of the responsibility fell into the members of the Grand Coven, and they went across Vind and got the okay and got pieces of ley soil from all of the great kingdoms in hopes that they could move the world away from this open portal.
So there's different types of ley soil.
Different places have, different, where on the continent you get it from. Like the ley soil, I should pull up the map. So here we have Vind, and I'm going to set it down on the table. This is the part that got shoved off. It's known as Lostland, which is gnomish for lost land. And over here, we have Surrai. And all of the points on it that are big black points with named cities have permanent teleportation circles that are calibrated per journey by someone known as a telestrator. Think teleporter illustrator. Points on the circle have to be moved and laid just right in order to get you to the right place on the other end. That's a really big thing. Like that's a life's journey to know how to telestrate. You can pick up things along the way, like what word they use to trigger the telestration. It's said the words the telestrators have to use to send you to the other place is the original old world name for the other place, because you'll notice a lot of places are named after the Grand Coven members. And obviously when the Grand Coven members were alive, they didn't name those places. So when the librarian traveled all of Vend after the Grand Split and laid all of the teleportation circles, he named them the old world names. As you pass through a teleporter, the last thing you hear from the last place you were is the name of the place you're going. But it's not necessarily the Silumir Library, because Silumir was the guy. Like, he's the librarian. It's his library. Part of this ritual that split Vend in half was the Grand Coven cast the Worldwide Ward, WWW, if you will, and put a plug of earth, water, life, and death into the portal. And the world of Surrai has been surviving in that aftermath ever since. Odds of successful necromancy spells are very bad in Surrai, making resurrection of a fallen hero more of a matter of luck than skill. Our campaign begins in the middle of spring in 4051, on the first day of Powell, in the late evening, at a funeral in the western forest of Valhalla. So Rickets. So Rickets.
That's so Rickets.
I'm just gonna embrace it, man. Like, I was gonna just call you Rick, but I think I'm gonna go with Rickets.
So
like,
how many people are there? What kind of
so it's really late in the evening. It's the service is pretty much over. There's just like one more formality, like religious formality that you have to do before you can go and escape for the night and head back to your actual place of living that's a little closer to being north of proper Valhalla. So Valhalla is this entire forest. You're in closer to over here, probably in this little township here. So you're about half a day's travel, because you're really good with the forest.
Okay.
Book it through.
Do I have a cool car?
No, you're... Remember, all technology got, like, thrown out with the gnomes, because the only way that they could figure out how to make technology work in Vend with all of the magic was to power it through necromantic means. So
no smartphones here.
So no smartphones. There's, like, crystal talking and stuff. Like, there's a lot of things you can do with magic. Magic is...
cereal help you.
Magic is almost limitless, but it gets a little warbly, but most people have magic, and you have more magic than most people.
Okay, so I'm a magical dude. My sister just
I
died.
was literally gonna say, you're a magical dude.
You are a magical dude. Well, you're a mystic. That's a part of who you are. Just you're mourning at your sister's funeral. Your dad is there. Your mom is not there. Your mom died a very, very long time ago.
Okay. You mean my dad cool?
Yeah, you and your dad are pretty cool.
Nice. Alright.
And you and your sister were actually really close as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got some aunts and uncles there. I don't know how close you are to them. Like, you can tell me how close you are to your aunts and uncles. But they're about to leave because part of the custom in the Wisp Dancer followers is...
So my whole family's a Wisp Dancer follower.
Yeah, everybody in your family follows the Wisp Dancer.
Do you have any friends?
I don't know, dude.
Maybe you'll make someone along the way.
Yeah, do you have any friends? I mean, I'm assuming you have a lot of friends back home.
Well, we have a lot of friends. They go to a different school.
But I assume, like, you're from over here, so I assume that a lot of your friends are back over
Is that
here.
a work pad?
Yeah, this is one of the teleportation pads. So this is the downtown area of Valhalla.
Mm-hmm.
So you're on this town over here, but you're from this town over here.
Okay. Crisp downtown?
Cruising.
Oh.
Yeah, right now you're the place you're at. It's pretty populated. Like, 3 doors down from the church is a pretty decent looking bar.
So it's a pretty populated town.
It's a pretty populated town.
And I'm in a religious...
You're in a religious building, specifically to the Wisp Dancer, because a lot of people in Valhalla follow the Wisp Dancer, because the Wisp Dancer was from there.
Oh, so it's like a regional thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a person-to-person basis.
Yeah, it can be a person-to-person basis.
Okay.
But for the most part, it's pretty regional.
Cool.
You're at the funeral. Your aunts and uncles are probably on their way out the door. A couple of cousins. You don't have a real huge family because you're a night elf.
Okay.
I might accidentally call you a drow. I hear these days that's
Please don't.
not a cool term.
Yeah.
Please don't. I respect that. I respect that. I would never call you a drow. It would always be a drow. All right, so people are leaving.
I'll say thanks for coming to my sister's funeral. I'll catch you later. We're gonna go do a religious prayer, and I'm gonna walk towards her.
Your cousin, one of your cousins, like comes over and he's like, "Hey, bro, you wanna meet me over at Femme Fatale's afterwards?"
Can't you see I'm busy?
I was trying to, like.
I'll see you at Christmas. Step aside, Buster. Deadline to my sister's now corpse laying on the table.
She's in a coffin. It's really nice.
Oh, okay.
Thank God, I thought she wanted open casket.
It is open. It is open casket.
Oh.
But, like she's not on a table. She's like in a coffin. You know, there's flowers everywhere. Lots of dark purple. Lots of
it's a Vans
silver.
Shoebox.
Hmm?
It's
a Vans shoebox. Like, sure, why not?
She was 9 months old. But she's an elf, so
she's close to your age. I never asked you how old you were, but mature elves are at least 150.
So we're looking at probably 12.
Adult-looking elves.
What's an average elf age?
Like 200 is what I usually make my character.
When do they die?
Like 800.
Okay. Oh, so I'm like close to my 20s.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to be. Like, I'm asking you how old you are.
Sure.
So, like 200. All right, great.
I'm
Perfect.
average.
Perfect. You're average. You're young. You're a young elf. This makes sense. So you and your dad walk up to the casket, and he takes his left hand and grasps her right hand, and he looks at you.
That was my favorite hand of hers.
He's left you her right?
What?
Left hand.
Well, she's lying like this. Where she reaches over her?
Yeah, he reaches over her and holds her hand, and he looks at you because this is the thing you're supposed to do. Like, you're supposed to reach out and grasp one of her hands with him.
I grab his hand and her hand.
And her hand, just hers, son, just hers.
I always get this mixed up.
We talked about this. You said you weren't going to drink until afterwards. So, do you take your sister's hand?
Yeah.
All right. You feel this really intense vibration sensation.
Whoa.
On your wrist.
Oh, okay.
It almost burns. What do you do?
I let go of my sister's hand and inspect my wrist.
You see a tiny flash of light come away with your hand as you pull your hand away. It kind of bounces away from your sister into your hand, and as you pull your sleeve down, you find the symbol of the wisp dancer in the brightest white tattoo you've ever seen, and it's kind of upraised, and you can see the symbol on the back of your character sheet here.
I go, oh! I gasp, but my face turns bright red.
What is it, son?
Dad! And I show him.
He says, oh, son, I'm so sorry.
I say, what is this? On my wrist.
It's a woman's curse, son. It's not supposed to. It shouldn't have. That.
Are people gonna make fun of me? Are people gonna think I'm a big beta male?
No, you
Dad!
don't. You don't. So I do it.
This can't happen!
No, son, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just something that's been running in our family for too many generations. Well, not my family.
Women's white mark tattoos have been running in our family?
Your mother's family.
Oh.
It's not for us. And you can tell your dad's been drinking.
Oh, at my sister's funeral?
Yeah. Like, he called you out on it because he's actually pretty trashed himself.
I say, Dad, I smell wine on your breath. Who gave that to you?
It's not important, son. We'll talk about this at breakfast. And turns around and walks straight out, walks right, which is the direction of the inn. Femme Fatale's is to the left. So he really is done drinking for the night. He's probably going to skip he's just going to go and, like, mourn the loss of his daughter.
Uh-huh.
Figure out a way how to explain to you what's just happened.
I'm gonna grab my sister's hand and go like this.
She's lifeless. Nothing happens.
It doesn't go back?
No.
Oh my god.
No, it's yours, man. It's your.
Ah! That's my curse!
Yeah, it's your curse. You gonna go have a drink?
Yeah, is my cousin still there?
He might be.
He probably left.
He probably, like, I mean, you've only had like a 5-10 minute conversation with your dad.
Okay.
Like
Is
the
my cousin
rituals.
pissed off?
I mean, he gets you're mourning right now. You're close with your sister.
He gets that.
Yeah. Your sister's a little bit older than you, but you know she was kind of the motherly figure when your mom passed away when you were pretty young.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's shamble on down to the bar.
All right.
My sister's just gonna stay there.
Yeah. When you leave, the parishioner.
She's dead. What the hell else is she gonna do, Chris?
Well, is he gonna get taken care of? My dad just walked into the hotel. Like,
You're
don't
right.
they have to talk to the family?
No.
They close up shop.
No,
She's
they
gonna
know.
stay
They know
there.
that the ritual is that you hold hands with the deceased and you turn and you leave, and then they're going to close the casket, and in the morning they'll bury the body.
Okay.
So you go down to the bar. It's a medium busy night. It's like just a little bit past midnight. So it's now the 2nd of Powell.
What's Powell?
Powell is the name of the month that we're in. So it's the 2nd of Powell.
Powell second.
Powell 2nd.
Nothing happened at the bar?
Well, you just walked into the bar.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying it just rolled over midnight. There's still
midnight, okay.
There's a couple more hours to booze.
It's Powell second.
Yeah, it's Powell 2nd, man.
Alright, so what's the bar look like?
So the bar is it's not super packed, but it's like pretty rabble-rousing. There's a strong, tall, light gray-skinned half-orc female behind the bar who has the longest braid you've ever seen. It swipes the top of her calves, but it starts almost unicorn horn front of her head, but it's thick, like
speaking my language.
big,
strong
beautiful, strong black braid on this no-nonsense, don't fuck with this woman. And here's the other thing. I don't know if you had a chance to read the supplement that I posted on Discord, but half-orc in Surrai, they're considered very beautiful and handsome because they're strong. And, like, the person who wrote the history was a half-orc, and he wrote himself as a sexy beast. Femme fatale is a femme fatale. What else was she gonna do other than open a bar?
Cool.
Fuck yeah, bitch.
And you said it's mildly crowded?
It's mildly crowded. There's a few seats at the bar, though. You could totally seat up at the bar and not be in the service well.
I'm gonna pop over next to my cousin. I'm gonna say, you have the most powerful braid I've ever seen.
To femme fatale?
To femme fatale. Right at her face.
Thanks, mate. What can I get started for you?
How did you grow it?
I just didn't cut it.
That's crazy. I'll have a big pink lemonade.
Big pink lemonade. No booze for you.
I want the booze in the lemonade.
Aye.
Can you make it fizzy? Can you get a lizard to spit in it?
I don't know about the lizard spit, but I can definitely muster up some fizzy water for you.
I give her a peace sign, and I wait, and I talk to my cousin.
Femme turns around and she starts making you a drink. Can you give me give me a perception check?
Sure. 3 plus... Yikes, 3. That's a 6.
Alright, there's some bullshit on the walls. Like some, stupid...
Like a poster?
Yeah, not posters, but more... Do you remember, Ruby Tuesdays back in the day where they would have just framed shadow boxes of bullshit, like cue balls? And yeah, just... They're trying to be the Hard Rock Cafe by having, these...
Like Applebee's Plus.
Yeah.
They got shadow boxes.
Yeah, they got shadow boxes and stuff going on. And there's, it's all eclectic or whatever.
Okay.
That's all you see. I was gonna give you more, but that's all you see.
That's all I see. A 6.
Yeah. Your cousin says, "You doing all right, friend?"
Yeah. I think I'll be okay once my lemonade gets here. How are you doing? I know you were really close with my sister, Sissy.
Yeah, Sissy. I still am not really clear on what happened.
She taught you everything you knew.
I mean, that's damn near the truth, but I don't know how she passed away. How do you think your sister passed away?
Someone put poison in her drink.
I never was clear on what exactly her profession was.
That's all I know about her.
Alright, so this this person who is clearly a courier is kind of shouting outside the door, saying, "No! Dog meat! I said stay! You stay! Good boy." Comes inside, and this guy in this blue jumpsuit and like a weird helmet, he's a half-elf. Like, there's lots of half-elves in Bend. There's half-elves everywhere. So, they look around the bar, and they catch you.
Perception check. Oh.
Yeah, give me a perception check. See if you can catch a... Actually, give me...
Fuck me, dude.
You're not dicing well. 7. Alright. He doesn't really get super strong recognition from you, but he, like, looks around again. And, like, there's a couple other night elves in here, but 2 of them are ladies, and one of them has a beard. And that's not normal.
An elf with a beard?
Yeah, elves with beards don't usually happen. I mean, he has a mustache, but that's like the point.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Dro has like a big, magnificent, bushy, lumberjack beard. I don't know what's going on with that. And he looks back at you and he comes up to you and he says, "Hey, are you Rickets Gumar?"
I am Rickets Kumar.
Reaches into his satchel and he hands you...
He's a courier, right?
He's a courier. And he hands you a little folded up piece of paper. And in that paper, it says that.
To read it out loud?
Yeah, you can. You totally can.
My dearest brother, if this letter finds you, it means our family curse has as well. The brand on your wrist has been passed down through generations, mother to daughter. I had hoped that by not mothering any children, the curse might once and for all fall away from our line. Your receipt of this letter means that I was mistaken. The wisp dancer himself touched one of our ancestors with this life magic, but like much of the old magic, it caresses both sides of the coin. The brand allots you the ability to share your life force once per day, and one person you touch. Though how many you share it with is up to the Grand Coven. You can also choose to take life from someone you touch, but again, exactly how much seems to be chance. Our mother saved your life with it, and it killed her, leaving the weight of the brand with me, and I am deeply sorry you now must carry our family burden. Always your sister, Sissy Gumar. Oh my god. So this letter is very important.
Have a lovely night. It's very strange that you were here.
Where did you get this letter?
Sissy Gumar handed it to me
She handed it to you.
2 weeks ago, and she told me that if you ended up in this bar at midnight on this date, you would be here to receive this letter. I'm just following instructions.
How do you know my sister?
I'm a courier.
Okay.
You can roll an insight check and see if he's lying.
Can I? 6?
I mean, he's definitely telling you the truth.
Insight 9.
Yeah, no, he's definitely... he is, like, super... Like, no matter what, he's super frank with you. Like, that's... He's not making shit up.
I have wide eyes and I say, okay. They thank him very much. I said, would you like a drink?
I'm alright, man. I'm on the clock. I gotta be on the other side of Fell Hollow by morning.
I see.
Peace be with you.
Deuces, yeah.
Deuces. By this point, Fem has already, like, delivered your drink. Like, you, like, look behind you to see where it's at, and it's already there for you. It's got, like, a sweet little straw in it.
Yeah,
like,
a sweet little straw.
Sweet little straw, like a little candy, sugary
Eco-friendly,
in.
right?
Yeah, totally eco-friendly. They're enchantable. She just prestidigitations them at the end of the night and sets them out for tomorrow.
That's wicked. Alright.
Yeah, man, like magic. So yeah, your drink's just sitting there waiting for you, and your cousin's dark lager is full again.
Before I take a sip, I go to my cousin and I say, you gotta try this lemonade. Does he do it?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Lemonade's good.
It's safe.
Yeah.
Okay. I drink it too.
Totally, and it's in this really neat, clear glass that's pretty. It's a handful. Like it's not like an orc handful.
It's a handful?
Yeah, like well, I mean, you know, like it's
Hefty glass.
It's a hefty, hearty glass, and it's a good sized lemonade and cold, but there's no ice floating around in it.
She probably spit in
Yeah, ask for lizard spit, but Fem is respectable. She runs this like
Of course.
Like, can you roll me another, like, investigation check? Or perception check? I mean, either way. If you're, like, looking around you. The decorations are a little classier than, like, a standard Applebee's. Like, they really are. But there's definitely a couple of things that are framed up as, and being, like, claimed as Grand Coven members, but none of them are the, like, most dancer.
Sure, it's a Golden Grand Coven.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Golden Corral type deal thing, but, like...
Cracker Barrel's one of
Oh, yeah, sure, Cracker Barrel, yeah.
Cracker
But, like,
Barrel.
but not, like, you know, pub food.
We can get, like, some nuggets and stuff.
I mean, they do have poutine.
Okay. Like, tenders are on the menu.
Oh, yeah, tenders are on the menu.
Okay.
But they're definitely, like, spicy tenders only.
Thank God.
Because, you know, half-orcs are like, if it's not going to be good, why would you serve it? Like,
I respect that.
right? None of the shit on the walls has anything to do with the wisp dancer, so you're like, it's not really that important.
Alright,
It's whatever.
I am intrigued. I want to go check. I want to do, like, a dog meat check.
How's your drink, though? The dog meat is gone with the courier.
That was his dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got, like, worried there. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, he was just trying to not bring his dog in the bar because, like, I'm not even drinking. I don't want to have to fight that battle.
I wasn't sure there was some roughhousing going on inside.
No. That was just a pop culture shout out. Cause fun.
Drink sucks. Drink sucks.
Oh no, this is your constitution. I was more so asking how far through your drink are you?
Oh, I'm a slow sipper on that lemonade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you want to do now?
I'll do another perception check. So
Yeah.
Please. Okay, 15.
Yeah, I mean, there's one shadow box type dealie that has a really shiny light on it, and it's got this wood thing on a really ragged string, lit up, a spotlight type situation.
And what's it look like? It's a gold. It's a shiny.
It's just like wooden thing on a string.
I'm gonna ask Fem about it. Fem, what is this wooden string thing?
She's yeah, that's.
I'm very drawn to it. I tell her.
I mean, yeah, we have it under a spotlight. That is a original, genuine Scrya trinket.
It's lovely. Can you tell me more about it?
Yeah, it's behind that glass, and we aren't allowed to take it down. Or it's my bar.
I was gonna say, who doesn't let you take that down?
Well, it doesn't really come off the wall, is the thing.
Was it here when you bought the place?
Oh, it's here when my great-great-grandmanny picked up the bar from the sonnet battle that he had to win the bar.
Cool. Fem, you have a very long family history of fruitful business.
We do all right. We do all right. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we do all right here. Yeah, it's in a good location, and we aren't really tied down to necessarily bedding people in the rooms upstairs. You know, that's my home, and so I'm really available. Is the other thing.
And take advantage of those mourners. Right,
I mean, that's a terrible way to think about it. I like to think myself
it's
as
a business decision.
I'm here for comfort, and you know what? We're also down the street for people getting married. Like, we're here for celebrations too, love.
True.
We're here as an emotional support
That's a
system.
hashtag. We're here.
We're here.
Because I was looking to buy that string box.
It doesn't come off the wall, love.
How much to get it off the wall?
I'm telling you, you can't get it off the wall. It's magically bound to the wall. There's something that I'm not sure, because nobody really knows.
I'm in a very erratic state. I dropping money could make me feel better.
It's not coming off the wall, love. It has to choose the person it goes with.
Oh.
But I tell you what, you finish a couple of drinks, maybe I choose you to give a go and see if you can get it off the wall. Like, it just looks like regular glass.
Okay.
She turns around and starts making a drink.
Thank you so much.
So how's your drink?
It's, according to my dice, I've had better. I don't say that till I lie, though.
No. According to your dice, you're pretty drunk already off of
okay.
you said I haven't drank very much of it, and then you rolled a 6 on your constitution, and it's like
one sip of a raspberry Mike's Hard Lemonade. I'm off my fucking rocker.
apparently. So, I mean, so your cousin is starting on his 3rd round. since you've sat down at the bar.
Says,
"Can I get you around, bro?"
Sure, I'd love that.
He's like, "Finish the one you got."
Okay.
He starts to wave down
Half
Finn.
hour goes by, and then, yes.
It was like 15 minutes. But like you're just like sipping on this drink that's got you a little for snackered.
Yeah, for sure.
You're at the dregs, like the very end of the cup.
Okay. I was like, there's dregs here?
Yeah, no, there's no dregs. Like there's no ice in it. It's just a like clear,
cool.
crystalline. But you can't quite get that last shot's worth with the way the straw is. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just like can't quite get to the.
Why?
Like it's just the physics of it, man. It doesn't make sense, and you're kind of drunk. So like,
Okay.
like, are you gonna shoot the end of your, like, pick it up? So you pick up your cup and like, take the end of it.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent.
What
Fucking
if there's, like,
finally.
What if there's sand in the back or something?
This thing falls on your face.
This is the
Yeah.
game I was looking at?
Yeah. You want to look at the box on the wall? Yeah, roll a perception. Look at the box. On the
Oh
wall.
my! Did you see
Yeah, I
how
saw
close
that.
that was?
Yeah, that's good.
That's at 15.
There's like a shadow almost where it was, as if the wood had been bleached by this spotlight on it for
By
years
time,
and years.
By time.
Yeah, by time, and it's just got this. But that's
This is crazy.
has fallen onto your face.
Does anybody see?
Finn looks over and she sees. Oi, mate!
Yeah, she does.
I love Sam.
Oi, mate, that is excellent!
Did you see? Fam!
I thought
It
my
came to me!
granddaughter would be running
Nope.
the bar before. Oh God, this is bloody well exciting.
You know
And
how
she-
bad I wanted this?
Yeah, I saw how bad you wanted
Look
that.
at my eyes.
So she puts her stuff down, and your cousin goes, "Oh, are you getting our drinks or what?" And she says, "You hold on a hot minute."
Good. I can't take being rude. I can't take rudeness.
And she
I'm gonna
pulls,
elbow my cousin for that. Elbow check.
and she like, roll a dodge over here. Yeah, your cousin waves you off. Says, "What the fuck ever." So Fim reaches under the bar, and you see her move some glasses out of the way and a bottle out of the way, and it's almost, you can almost like feel her fingernails scratch the bar where your knee is leaning.
Who? Fem?
Fim, because she's reaching so far back into the bar that she reaches back and
She's scratching me?
Not she's scratching you. She's scratching something on the other side of the wall. Like the bar wall where your knee is leaning is pretty thin.
Okay.
And you feel the vibration of her fingernails like scraping against that back wall, pulling something out that is just covered with dust.
I look at her. I'm
It's a
gonna go,
shiny box, and she says, "Oh, wait a second.
Fem, you
she-
scratched me.
I scratched the bar wall. If you're
You
that
scratched
sensitive,
me.
it's the Princess and the Pig bullshit." She blows the dust off of the box, and it falls onto the ground. Because she's not going to blow it across the bar. She's fucking civilized. Opens the box, and she pulls out this little globule thing.
A glob? She had a little glob.
Like it's like a little glob. Like it's almost like a, have you ever seen those bottleless water bubble things? It's pretty amorphous, but she takes it over to the box and she flings it against the glass. And she reaches down into the glass and grabs the little note that you didn't roll high enough to see
Whoa.
out of the bottom of the glass. And as she pulls her hand out, the hole closes behind her. And
She reached into a little hole and...
she made a little hole out of that little blobble. She picked it up out of the
With ice
box.
cream.
Uh-huh.
And I missed a very important detail. So she picks it up out of the box and
Might be
she
a little
thumbs
full,
the
but
lid
it is.
over.
Oh, I know that. It's a black hole.
It's kind of-
it's like a Looney Tunes.
Yeah, but kind of, but not technically though, because it's not
It's
permanent.
it's a D&D thing, right?
Well, it's a portable hole in D&D.
Portable
That's
hole,
that's
yeah.
totally a thing. But this is a special item because that glass really was special. There was no removing it from the wall. There would have been nothing you could have done to get that out of the... Like, you could have knocked the entire bar down and that wall would have stood up with that thing in there.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Cool.
impossible. You could have literally blown up the town and it would still be standing.
Okay.
Just that wall, not her whole bar. And she'd be really upset with you.
She'd be really happy if it was all enchanted like that.
But, yeah, she would be, but it's not. But anyway, so she reaches as she reaches in, she kind of like drops the box, and just before the box hits the ground,
So it's a box with a portable hole, and what's like glass?
the glass is like special it's Vind magic, dude.
It looks like a glass, like.
But yeah, like it looks
Okay.
like, but it looks like regular
I'm
glass.
just trying to picture it.
So it's pretty thick, but it just looks like regular glass. But as she drops the box off of her hand, if you look over, you can just see it kind of wink out of existence as it hits the floor. The box itself, gone. This box was here for the sole purpose of getting into this. And she reaches in, pulls out this piece of paper, and the hole closes behind her. And she comes over and says, like I said, 3 generations.
Wow.
3 generations of my family have owned this bar.
How
It's
long do
only
you guys live?
about 40 years.
Wow.
Oh, thank you.
But it was here before we had it, and one of you
That's one
Doc.
generation for me.
One of you dark elf folk owned it before us, and this was here when we got it, but this is for you. To the receiver of this trinket, the Wisp Dancer has chosen you above all others to cross paths through the dark forest of Felhallow. Take this honor-bound item and begin your true life's work in the library of Sillamere. The future of Surrai depends on your chosen coven's success. Do not fail, Rickets. Your name was foretold, your success was not. Find strength in the Wisp Dancer.
I'm grinning. She looks up at me. I'm grinning ear to ear. You know how bad I wanted this box?
If you head out now, you could just make it to Felhallow for the teleporter sending you to the library. If you left right now,
Fam.
she looks at this, she says,
I'm supposed to have
loan-
breakfast with my father.
your cousin looks over.
What should I do? No, Fem, what should I do?
Does your father follow the Wisp Dancer?
He does.
I'm pretty sure that this is going to take precedence.
His name was Pepperoni Gumar, and he follows Wisp Dancer. He's the biggest Wisp fan I know. And he wants to have breakfast. Maybe he can come.
I've loaned you a horse, sir. You have been called. Your father hasn't. And I tell you what, the way this shit usually works out, if you did bring your father, they'd send his ass back home. If he would even be able to get on the teleporter, you show them this and that at the teleporter, they'd probably push you to the front of the line.
Really?
We all have respect for the gods here, even if they're not our gods.
Whoa. I'll take it.
She, summons somebody over to watch the bar, and she takes you outside.
Mhm.
Are you gonna tell your cousin what's up? Tell your cousin to talk to your dad?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm getting him up to speed.
Cool. No, I mean, he's been here for most of it.
He's not gonna thwart me.
No, he's a support guy.
His family.
And you just got called by he just watched you get called by the Wisp
Is he
Dancer.
jealous? Can we do a jealous check?
Oh yeah, I'll do a jealous check over here.
Yeah, you should probably roll.
Oh my god, 20. I'm not jealous at all. He is so respectful and he's so happy for you that he can't even feel jealous. There's no, it's all
That's
just
a good guy.
100. I rolled a nat 20. He is 100% support vibes for you right now. He can't believe this just happened. On this day where you got cursed, you also get called? That's fucking insanity. The 2nd of Powell is the most insane day that's ever happened.
It's true. And I get a free horse, it sounds like.
If you leave this horse with my cousin, what's this accent now? If you leave this, right, just lean into it. If you leave this horse with my cousin in Felhallow proper, he'll find his way back to me.
Your cousin will take it back?
Yeah, he'll give it back to me.
Okay.
Leave it with my cousin.
You made it sound like the horse would just walk back.
Nah.
Okay.
Nay. Sorry, my natural octave is somewhere up in pterodactyl. My bad. Okay, so you're gonna take the horse and you're gonna head to Felhallow.
Yeah.
You get to Felhallow just in time to catch the afternoon telestrate to Sillamere.
Cool.
The last thing you hear before the world becomes nothing but light around you is Fair and Ra. And when the flash is over, you are in a library. Thank you so much for being here, and extra thank you for staying all the way until the end. So I, Ila, am doing a hell of a thing here. All the assets on this project were fabricated by me using the framework of the D&D 5e rules set and my own hodgepodge of skills collected over 2 decades of dedicated art creation. The music, drawing, story, setting, editing, and dungeon mastering are all by me. And this isn't just a humble brag, this is a moment of me explaining our wild posting schedule to you. Die Lucky is a passion project, and I am not a production studio. I am doing all of this work myself, and I'm not being paid for Die Lucky until Die Lucky has patrons on Patreon. So I'm just a dedicated artist who runs their art studio under iamArtworks because no one can actually spell my name. It's just Ila A, just so you know. So yeah, this is I'm laboring some love into this thing, and we do have plans for in-between videos. Please subscribe. And we're doing a special on our Patreon right now. If you're one of the first 5 people to become a patron of the $5 level or higher, your D&D character that falls within the racial limitations of Vend will be featured as an extra in a future episode of Die Lucky, and will be listed in the credits. We are trying to have 1 campaign episode a month, but most episodes won't be a full 45 minutes like this one was. And I'm going to try to shoot to have an in-between Q&A with characters and cast members over pre-recorded speed paintings. Also, if you wanted to subscribe to Die Lucky Podcast on Twitch, I will be streaming the illustration working hours over there and have a regular, almost daily schedule for that. The first character Q&A is going to be with Rickets, so be sure to leave him your questions in the comments of this video. And thank you again for watching this today. I'm already starting on the sketch illustrating for episode 2, and I can't wait to do the Rickets Q and A. Safe travels. Thanks.